pressing on like this. I've been waiting for a chance to find my bliss. I missed every opportunity that came my way. What can I say? I'm just holding on for the day, not getting paid. My girl loves me, feeling like a bay. I don't know where I'll be. A day, a week, a year from now. Will I still be alive or will I rest in peace in the ground? Hear the sound of my own conclusion, ringing in my ears like it's my solution. If I ever take my life, charge my brain with collusion. Never stood a chance of taking shots at illusions. So what's the point of it all? Build myself a tower, let the world watch me fall. Is that the point of it all? Build myself a tower, let the world watch me fall. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop, 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 drop. What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. Barely know where I've been, sure don't know where I'm going. Keep looking for a win, but agony keeps on flowing. All the pressure to fit in has got me losing sleep. Folks don't care about your pain, just the success you reap. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when you make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop, 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 drop. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. We are going to get into this case and knock out the ending here. I'm excited to see what this final face-off with Godot has for us. He's a bit of a scoundrel. He played us. And honestly, I don't know exactly what happened, but I think we're going to have to put the pieces together in court. So we'll see what shakes out, how exactly this all played out, because I do believe our client is innocent. Hello, failed robot. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Happy to see you. We are gonna, oh, let me turn on my controller. I love this theme. It's so hype. Hold up. Synth solo. Hello, what's good, Kev? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. The Apollo Collection song is even better. It's a remix of Apollo theme, and it's so good. That's sick. That's sick. Oh, yeah, I don't have the game up yet. Good call. Real quick before I put the game up, I thought I'd show you the starting screen that I made for today. Got some Godot action figures since we're facing off. It's only right. It's only right. Yeah. I was real proud of how that one turned out. October 14th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick. What is it this time?
You
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having a Detective Atmy's trial today. Oh, I bet that's a real circus. Detective Atmy? They say they're gonna try him as mask to mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. Oh wait, who was that? By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. Oh, snap, one second, let me turn on my captions. Bada bing. All right, we back, we cooking. There we go. Oh, this has gotta be, I'm gonna guess it's Godot. I know you don't like me. Pearls is really, it's either Godot or Gumshoe. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Oh, it's Ron. Please, don't ignore me. I did forget about Ron. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. I'm just like Phoenix. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Oh shit, the ads are coming. Run, hide, fight for your lives. Please don't go anywhere. I don't think I got that one out in time, damn. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean... Fun fact, Ron theme is also called Don't Ignore Me. Interesting. I love stuff like that. That's so fun. It really shows the intentionality of the composer, and I appreciate that. You don't mean you're the murderer? No! I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Yeah, I was really hoping we might be able to find like one of those plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heists. Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. That's a fun theme. I like that a lot. October 14th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 6.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. What? What does this guy do then? He just like vibe checks his way through everything.
Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot.
Oh yeah, real random, but today's March 20th, 2/4. Case takes place the same day. What? That's so sick. I love that. That's amazing. What a coincidence. Genuinely could not have planned that. Well, I guess I could have, but that's amazing. Damn. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all.
I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot.
Huh. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means.
You understand now, right?
Yes, well then. Let me briefly summarize the details of this case.
Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. Yeah, this is the most together I've seen the judge act.
The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. the previous day.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness.
I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. Is that true? Should we get a coffee cup counter going? One sec. Boop, boop, boop. Where is this text? That's what I want. Godot. Coffee. Counter. Low-key, I think it's true, but yeah, let's do it. I'm on it. I am on it. Okay, let's see here. Dude. Coffee. Good God, that's big. And start with 1. Let me give this a outline. Did I not give this an outline? Nah, whatever, it's fine. Alright. There. I think the name, also the current song playing is the Godot theme. I think the name is Bitter Taste of Coffee or something like that. I love that. This is a nice theme. Very sensual. Alright, so he's had at least 1 now. We'll see how many he has by the end of this. But the first one is always the best.
Mr. Godot, your witness?
Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. I think this game has my favorite soundtrack so far, or this episode. Lots of really dope songs in it. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ah, you've got guts, Tripe.
All right then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
Capcom actually released an official remix of his theme, and it sounds sick. You can play it at the end of stream if you want. Also, I agree, Ace Attorney 3 OST is really good. Alright, cool. I got that saved for later. Oh, no I don't. I have it playing right now. Alright, now I have it saved for later. That was rather cacophonous. Oh, let me switch up here. Cool. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true.
For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
I can only imagine from the judge's perspective. He's like, oh,
Okay then.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Huh. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Case closed, defendant is guilty. Yeah, exactly. Bro's ready to go home. Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
Oh, that's 2. That is coffee number 2. Okay. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You'd never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Some people like bitter drinks, you know? Different strokes for different folks.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
My visit to KB Security. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. It's pressing. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes. That's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock was also a bit off. This poor dude is the embodiment of anxiety.
1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date. That's for sure. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that. Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please, don't say any more. Now what should I do? Save. That's what we should do, Phoenix. Let's save. And then press harder. I'm sure that can't backfire. So, what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? Perfect motive for committing murder. You saw it here first. Godot's confirmed Canadian. Hey, he knows how to use it. Oh, but wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
Oh God, he's just making himself sound more guilty. After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir. Okay. Huh. A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. That blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? Oh God, really? Really? Oh God.
The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me.
He didn't?
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was masked to mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Indeed. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right.
A security chief? You!
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Oh shit. Big choice here. Why was he fired? I think that's the move. I think that's the move. Because we don't want to draw attention to him being mask to mask, right? Mr. Delight, please tell us, why were you fired from your job? Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take the...
Defendant, please answer the question.
I needed the money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Jessie loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? Sorry. My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out, and I was fired immediately. Yeah, he's making himself look terrible. Oh, this is a mess. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that. He sure told you.
So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
God damn, this is bad. Oh yeah, unrelated, but with the spring sale, some of the games that are like Ace Attorney are on sale. Danganronpa series, I think they're a few bucks now, so low key might be a good time to buy them if you can. Sick. I'm gonna swoop up soon the investigations game, and then if I got a little bit left over, I'll check those games too, because I do want to play those as well. So I'll try to get them, especially if they're only a couple bucks. I feel like there's a good chance we can snag them. Sale ends on the 26th if you were one. Cool. I think we'll be good. I think I'll be able to get them. I think that's plenty of time. I should be hitting the threshold today, I think. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crash and then blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip his case from the clutches of disaster. Yeah, this is rough. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste. So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. You better be careful. I think the third statement is sus personally. Fifth might be too. Maybe, yeah. But if we don't find any way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. Let's see. Blackmail threat didn't scare me. Yeah. Maybe I'm going about this wrong. Maybe what we need to do is address the fact that he is masked to mask. Let's try, I think this is the one.
Hold it! Objection!
Wait, this is different. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid that reason isn't gonna hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was masked to mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it's true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? Okay. The fact that Ron was stealing company data. I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yeah, right? Because Desi would not like that. Let me save. Yes, he would. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in I believe you would have been in God damn. I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own clients?
Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes. Now come on, provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Oh boy. Oh, that's another cup. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. All right, now what are we going to present as evidence? Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing from him? Right, do we have anything that talks about Desi? It's not these. You could, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see here. Does this, oh, hates criminals and cowards more than anything. Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Take that!
Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you just told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret.
A certain person?
Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Oh, but listen to me. My Desi, jeez. Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godot. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole the company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how his murder came about.
Oh,
No. Everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. He makes a strong case. He sure does. He sure does. But I also just think Ron is too cowardly for murder. I don't think he has that dog in him, you know?
well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes.
Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder.
He ain't no Mad on Guard, that's for sure. Yeah, that's definitely... Yeah, he seems like a very gentle soul, you know?
He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive is clear. Let's move on.
Ugh.
What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. Oh boy. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. That looks exactly like Atme. I don't know if that's a red herring or what, but good God, that looks exactly like Atme. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead after that. I remember being a bit dazed. It's gotta be Atme. He hit him over the head with the sword thing, which is how it got bent, and that creates more of the cover of like, oh yeah, I got hit in the head with it. It's gotta be Atme. It's gotta be. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. Atme at the time was Lordly Taylor, though. Supposedly. Guess we'll have to see.
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony.
Could it have been daylight savings? Because didn't daylight savings time just happen recently? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep. I don't think Japan does those. Good for Japan. It's such bullshit.
He said that Master Mask struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Huh. No one is going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Trite. Don't go easy just because he's your client. Oh, that's another one. Going through these coffees pretty quick. If I see any signs that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. I hope so. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. I'm pretty sure drinking that much coffee will get you sick or just die because of caffeine. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Caffeine overdose is a very real thing. Shoot. Even like, honestly, if I get a Vietnamese coffee, because those are strong as fuck, and if I drink that too fast, I get like heart palpitations. I'm like, I think this is the end. So I can't imagine 17 cups or even just 4. Honestly, as quick as he smashed them, that's a lot of caffeine. Who was this suspicious shadow? If there were thousands of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. His dodging all of our questions is not helping us with win this case. No, it's not. I know some Americans drink 7 cups. I don't know if that's normal though. Like throughout the whole day, I wouldn't say that's exactly norm. Well, I mean, if we're considering a cup like a mug the size of that, I'd say that a lot of Americans probably do. Because, I mean, once in a while when I get iced coffee, you see the big ass fucking thing I get. That's got to be at least like 2 or 3 cups of coffee right there. And so if you're getting 2 of those a day, which I definitely know people who do that, I could definitely see 7 cups being a pretty common thing. That's a lot of coffee. That's a lot of coffee. Okay then. How was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. Also, didn't Atme say he was hit on the forehead? I'm just saying.
Hold it!
Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. I'm just saying. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was fast and a powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while, but he's been arrested. That's true, but he wasn't arrested at the time. I'm just saying. I'm thinking it's at me. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Damn. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. That? Could you please clarify what you were referring to? He does have an alibi for the theft, so unless you disprove that somehow, unlikely to indict him on anything. Yeah, that's just kind of what I'm looking for at this point. Because I feel like it makes perfect sense to be at me. I just got to figure out how he did it. Why, my mask costume, of course.
Wait just a moment. Mask to mask.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask to Mask. And then, I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
What?
Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up till now. Wait, that's not right. You know, sometimes things just slip your mind. I guess he didn't think it was important to mention. Yeah. Huh. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. Okay, apparently our count was off. Missed one. Update. 6. Yeah, that's wild. That is bonkers. Okay. Good Lord. God bless his heart. Let me tell you that.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information.
I think anytime his coffee mug shows up, it counts as a drink. Maybe, yeah. I see, because, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's hard to say because I feel like that would have been more than 6. But we missed 2 somehow. We'll see, we'll see.
Witness, please correct your testimony.
I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my mask to mask costume. Okay, now we gotta ask about this. Why were you dressed up as Mask to Mask? Why, because I'm Mask to Mask, of course.
What are you talking about?
Maybe you didn't press everything? Or maybe if you present wrong, he'll drink a sip? Yeah, you know what? Maybe certain dialogue trees activate it, so we missed a few. That's a great point.
Mask to Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at the time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask to Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? We're not gonna wait and see. We're gonna press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
What was that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable!
Goddamn, this dude is not helping us at all.
Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? This guy just incriminates himself, man. Yeah, this dude is why the Fifth Amendment is a thing. Good God.
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? That's the 7th coffee count now? We'll try it that way. We'll see if we overshoot this time. Because I have a feeling he'll number it at least another time. So we'll try it every time he shows. See if that works. Or see if it was the other way that we just missed something. But yeah, that's a good catch. Good catch. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Oh, I think I gotta click the game. There we go. So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. Uh-oh. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Hold it!
Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh! Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? That's it. I'll take a look at that court record and present some evidence. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in his testimony either. I bet you he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. There's a suspicious shadow. Suddenly you were hit on the head. Just a mask costume. Mr. Bullard lying in bed. You panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took minutes. Let's see, 12 at 1 a.m. Maybe this? Or this? I'm gonna go with this one. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects to the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron DeLight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, the security guard would have been heading this way.
Objection!
Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. That's not true, he used to work there.
Objection!
Up until a year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about that.
Objection!
But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Way to get specific about it, Phoenix.
Objection!
Huh. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
Objection!
This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Oh, that's another coffee. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious? So he fainted.
That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So, what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron DeLight and then pressed the buzzer.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection!
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Rhonda Light is the one who killed Mr. Kane Bullard.
Objection!
Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. Oh, sorry.
Objection!
What's good, Tony? He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Okay, well, we proved that he didn't hear the buzzer, which is why he thought he had time to hide it, because he was knocked unconscious. I feel pretty confident we can prove it somehow. I'm not exactly sure what the pull's gonna be, but try. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Maybe we can't prove this. Maybe it was a red herring. Or I could present, this feels like a real long shot, but I could present this and make the case that they were knocked out again. That's what I was thinking. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Godot?
I can hear it. The sound of a buzzer.
Huh?
It's going off inside your head at this very moment. The emergency buzzer of your heart. Is it really? I think that was not the correct answer. Maybe just a little.
Mr. Wright, you need to think more carefully.
Damn, maybe this was a red herring. Let's go back. I mean, that was the only thing I could think of. So let's try I'm not ready. The defense admits there is no evidence to the contrary. It is possible that the victim himself sounded the buzzer. Huh. Possible. More like definite, Mr. Trite.
Which means only 2 people were there at the crime scene after all.
Maybe it's the buzzer because no fingerprints? Good point, good point. Let's see where this goes and then we'll try that. The victim, Kane Bullard, and his killer, Mr. Delight. Come on, Nick. If you can't prove that the real killer was there, this trial is as good as finished. Okay. All right, let's go back. So it's not a red herring. We know that for sure. But yeah, that's a good guess. Let's try the buzzer. Hey, there we go. I believe this is the piece of fuck me. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not. Oh, another coffee. I gotta add that's an awfully hot coffee pot. Hold up. We got Godot drinking all this coffee. We gotta add the hot coffee pot. It's required. Sec. God, I love when the code refreshes right as you open the app. That is so satisfying. Yeah, we're counting Godot's coffee drinks because he said he never drinks more than 17 in a case. And I'm calling his bluff. As soon as he announced that, I was like, that sounds like a challenge.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah. Mm. The Oh, here we go. Added some. Added. There it is. That's what I need. $2.50. I gotta do. Okay, I'll figure out the rest later. It's in there now. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Spit take by Godot. Rhonda Light obviously wiped them off.
Objection!
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did.
Objection!
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. And Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints?
Order, order, order!
Huh. It would seem. Oh, another coffee. We're into the double digits now. Good God. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person...
Fuck. God damn. Sorry.
Why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Couldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
Huh. It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to be right away if the buzzer was pressed? Respond right away if the buzzer was pressed? Security was supposed to respond.
Time's up, Mr. Wright.
I can feel it. A big choice is coming.
Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
Yeah, probably to call the guard to frame Ron. That's what I'm thinking. To find out what it did. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. I'm being harassed, I'm sorry. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes, although it turned out he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Yeah. What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer, Detective Atme.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that's precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for murder. Oh wait, that was another coffee, wasn't it? Let's do... Boop. There we go.
Order! Order! Order!
Ha! It would seem. And that's another coffee. Good God. I've been made to eat my words once again. We getting dangerously close to this man drinking more than 17. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is? We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Boop, 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 boop. Easy. Detective Luke Atme. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective Luke Atme?
You mean Mask to Mask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask to Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime.
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to capital punishments.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke at me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Oh no, the ads are coming. Run for your life. Please hang tight. I'll see y'all in a few minutes, and then we'll be free for another hour. Appreciate y'all. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as masked a mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty?
Mask the Mask had a perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lord Lee Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask the Mask was Luke Abney's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
A guilty verdict? As an alibi?
That's honestly such a good fucking plan. You gotta give him that. Yeah, I do. I gotta give him some credit. I thought he was a dumbass, but he's only a little bit of a dumbass. You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're gonna stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Luke Abney's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the country.
Time to save again. This plan is the smartest if you think about it, using theft as an alibi. Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to do the time, I think the best plan is one that you don't do any time for. But it's a pretty good plan. It's a pretty good plan.
Mr. Luke Abney's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this? Huh. A bet's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. At most, he might have been in jail for a year or two. Now, for murder, we're talking double digits. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, yeah, that's if he's only gonna get a year, maybe two. Yeah, for sure. I think the risk is that, like, specifically with Mask to Mask, they're very high profile, so you run the risk of being made an example of in that case as well. So it may not just be 2 years. That, I say, would be the only, like, downfall, but I'm, like, really overthinking it at this point because it is just a game at the end of the day. But it's a good plan, I'm not gonna lie, and it makes for an amazing story twist. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So, please, I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? I'll be real. I honestly didn't expect him to be the murderer. It caught me off guard. At me, I don't know why, but something about him just made me mad suspicious, and I couldn't shake that. And so this whole time, from the very beginning, I've just been like, it's him. And now we're onto the murder case, and I'm just like the same thing. I'm like, it's him. It's at me. It's got to be. I really I have no rational explanation for it. I just my brain immediately was like, yep, he's the one. Phoenix! What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounded like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your answer, huh?
Very well. I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke at me to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. Damn, it's getting real. Fear of Mia appears as much less now that Phoenix is more confident in getting good. I really like this detail. Yeah, there's a lot of really subtle storytelling that's done throughout these games. I really appreciate it. It's good stuff. It's chef's kiss. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. Oh God, pain.
Well, sir, Detective at me.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, sir, Detective at me. You were the one who...
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke at me. Objection! Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet. Please!
Well, well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh?
Oh my God, is this fucking dude Canadian? Oh my God. Fun fact, this yellow bearded judge is actually the brother of the normal judge, and he's Canadian too, according to the DS manual. Amazing. I mean, I've never heard anyone other than my fellow Canucks say, hoser, eh? I'm dead. That's so good. My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke at me. Accusation? You accuse Mask to Mask. That man is not Mask to Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Casual judge brother lore drop in this game. That's how you know it's good. Dead ass. That's exactly right. Like, I always say it's details. Details mean so much because when the team of people making something has the time to think about and implement what is ultimately like just flavor stuff, like fluff, that really doesn't add to the core of what you're doing, it's just for fun. That's how you know the core shit is dialed the fuck in. Because like they know it so well that they're adding fun things to the fringes of it. Like I always will stay on like stuff that gets the details right is stuff that gets the core stuff right usually. He will appear more later on, so you'll see what he's like. Seeing you're Canadian, you're gonna like him. Nice. A good Canuck. That's gonna be fun. I'll have to put more thought into his voice. Maybe I should make him like maybe not quite a Newfie, but yeah, I'll have to think about how I do his voice. October 14th, 2:14 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 4. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive inside your heart. Nicky boy. Montreal accent would go hard. Make him a French Canadian. That could be fun. That could be fun. Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. You know, I'm gonna be watching a Sabres game. I'm gonna have to like listen to Marty extra close to dial in his accent for the judge. Every time I'm watching a Sabres game the rest of the season, I'm gonna be practicing my Hab accent. October 14th, 12:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 6.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, sir lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly.
I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask to Mask.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask to Mask. Indeed, it's truly a child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example.
So you continue to insist that you are in fact Mask to Mask?
Of course. Very well then. Look at me. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at the time? One without knowledge lacks even the basic knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. Don't worry. I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks.
Oh, that's a coffee. That's number 13. All right, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor.
The alibi.
I was stealing the urn as Mask to Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask to Mask was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until this point was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. The paint, maybe?
Even the great Mask to Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive.
Hold it! Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, you still have to do your cross-examination. What if... This is a bit of a long shot, because I don't know how she would know about the emblem or how to get the costume, but what if Adrian staged the theft because she broke the urn and was trying to, like, cover it up that she broke it? And then Atme saw his opportunity to create an alibi for himself. Maybe not. Maybe not. So. But I'm just trying to figure out how he could have been in two places at once.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
Damn, sounding like Francisca. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi.
I was stealing the urn as mask to mask, just as I announced I would.
So this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
That is why I am called Mask to Mask.
But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who he really is.
What do you mean?
Objection!
Huh. Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke at me? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask to Mask to create an alibi?
Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
See? This is what I'm thinking, like, maybe he had an accomplice. If Luke at me was at KB security during the murder, then the mask to mask in this picture has to be a fake. Exactly. You had an accomplice. Now remember, you said that, Mr. Trite, because there's no going back. You want to bet? It's right here. I'm playing. If you're making baseless claims, I'll treat you to a penalty myself. That penalty is probably boiling hot, too. So, who is it, Mr. Trite? Who was the accomplice? The only one that makes sense would be Adrian. If, like, somehow he talked her into it because of the broken vase and her desire to maybe cover that up. That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, I'm thinking this is a red herring. It was this person. I don't think so. Huh. That's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice? Oh, well... The aura. The aura that this person is around them.
If you're going to judge someone by their aura, you'd be right up there as the #1 suspect, Mr. Right.
That's fair, that's fair. I jumped the gun on that one. Yeah. Let's see. So I don't... I don't know. Let me take another crack at this. Because this feels right. It has to be. But who? Who? Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Could it be Larry? No way, right? That's... Nah. Can't be Larry. Could it? Or it could be his wife, which would be really fucked up. But, like, how did she find the vase or the urn, right? Oh, man.
Take that!
Okay, no, it wasn't her. I'm thinking this is a red herring. This has got to be a red herring. Let's give it up. If Luke Abney was at KB security during the murder, then the mask to mask in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what this guy wants. There's gotta be another way. And I'm gonna find it.
I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job.
I believe Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest targets. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am.
Hey, Nick, isn't there... Harassed. Isn't there something odd about this? Hmm? Detective Abney was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It's kind of odd. Okay, so whoops. They're saying this... Hold on, I need to see that again, actually. I got distracted. We got this. I just need to see Maya's part. Isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills. If the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor, watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace. True, okay.
A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness.
So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, correct?
Indeed, it is. Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime.
The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that.
Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. A sad blue melody.
It looks like I'd better gather some more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's got to be something phony to point in that photo. God damn it.
The time at which the camera captured mask to mask was the same time as the murder.
About the camera that took this photograph.
Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking.
Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
This was what? 58. So this was just about a minute and 17 seconds before midnight. Or before 1 a.m. I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered.
I see.
Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be. Or you couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at the KB security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the mask to mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Alright, so we gotta... fucking fly is gonna make me crash out. I swear to God, it's so annoying. Oh, yeah. Okay. Is this not the one where I can ask about the accomplice? I guess not. Indeed.
Objection!
Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's see here. Name the accomplice. Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna go back to Adrian. Okay, and then let's see. Oh. Right, yeah. Never mind. I thought I had to present evidence. Let's see. Okay, so it's not her. What if it's the boss? Hold on. This is the only other person who could possibly be an accomplice. I mean, I don't really think so, but let's try it. Nope. Okay, so maybe repress. Yeah, so we've done these two a couple times. Let's try this one. Okay. Yes. Basement warehouse and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Oh, here we go. Here we go. You bet there is. Are you implying that picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in the photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. I remember what the contradiction is. Remember the scene well. Is it the statue missing?
Very well. Then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny?
Right here. Or would I press here? Because, like, there's also the paint on the box, which I don't see. Did I save? I'm gonna try this. The funny part is right here.
Why, this is a blood stain. Oh, blood. Now this case is getting interesting.
Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint.
Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that.
From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
Statue? I hope.
Yes.
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally.
Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Huh. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue moved that night? Also, that's a coffee. I don't know if I missed some. I got distracted. That's at least 14. Can you do it, Nick? I sense a check. Let's see if we save. Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
I think you drank a sip when you failed the accomplice. Does that count as 15? I think so. We're counting every time that we see him with a cup. Because the first 6, we missed 2. And we're thinking it's because we didn't count every single time. I was only counting when he got one slid to him as first. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, so 15. Thanks for helping. It's a little, I got a little distracted. Okay. Who moved the golden statue? Well, let's see. Luke at me moved it when he took the sword, maybe? The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke at me.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again, on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Save again.
What reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be mask to mask to create an alibi by showing you were here at Lordly Taylor that night. Right. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like the cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue.
A single fatal flaw?
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. All right, so where is this fatal flaw? Oh boy. Well, we saved, so we got that. Is it this? I'm thinking maybe the brooch missing. That's the only thing I can think of, so I'm gonna go with that. Let's see. The lie is mask to mask.
Are you saying that this mask to mask is a fake?
Ah. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Could it be the time? That's a good... Ooh, yeah, you know? That was one of those things that was like a little too obvious to the point I kind of like overlooked it. So that's a really good point. I have a tendency to do that, is like take the obvious for granted, you know? That's usually where I get stuck on stuff. Huh? The current question is, why was the golden statue moved?
Your face has "oh buggers" written all over it.
Damn. Okay. Let's see. All right, so let's try the time then. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. Obviously.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at the Lordly Taylor at this time. Hell yeah, he got his ass.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed besides the warehouse door?
Well,
the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet.
Ah.
So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Quite the image. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in his photo. Yep, it all makes sense now.
Order! Order! Mr. Ratney, is this true?
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this?
What's that?
The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. Objection! It's true that the camera had been set up by Lordly Taylor's staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. Ooh. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Get his ass, Phoenix.
Order! Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this?
We got him. Let's go.
Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
Yes, and let's count it. Are they going to hit exactly 17? Oops. Okay. Almost 17, exactly. Yeah, good catch, good catch. I'm excited. Let's see. I'm trying to like swat at it without hitting the mic. But it keeps flying around because of the lights. It's driving me nuts. Yes, okay. My 11th cup? Okay, so maybe it is only when it gets slid over to him. Hold on. Do they challenge him on that? Because I don't believe that. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to go to the last drop. Okay, so I guess that's 11? So yeah, maybe it is only when it slides over, and maybe we just missed a couple or something? I don't know. That's a little suspicious. You gotta be lying or something. For real. I don't know if they expected anyone to actually count, let's be honest.
However, the defense has a very good point.
A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. Oh, I'm sure they didn't, but it's fun to do. Exactly. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied. Which is? That's another one. That's definitely a fresh one. That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
That's very true.
No way. Don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes.
If there's no funny business in your actions as Mask Damask, there should be no problem. You telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
Yes. Please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn.
Oh damn, am I dropping frames? I just noticed. Got like 1,200 drop frames. Are we running smooth? Let me check. Looks good to me. All right. Maybe I missed when we were dropping streams or frames. Anyway.
I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zvari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave.
Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zvari. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
The Sacred Urn Heist. Alrighty, let's see.
I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago.
You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
Indeed. It seemed that they had heard of my Zavarkling reputation.
I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You'd better watch out too, Maya.
The urn was placed in a box in Zvari. It was sent to the warehouse.
You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken in with that urn. She wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me.
Huh, interesting new tidbit. Indeed. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm that for you. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to the warehouse. However, I, look at me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days before. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is without a doubt my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Abby knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been a child's play for him. True. I then handled security by myself to ensure that the crime would go smoothly. Then no one entered the basement warehouse? Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed. To be honest, even if that photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Abney might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow in it. Gotta prove he's seen the urn. Not a lot to go on, is there? That detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Abney stated very clearly. That he had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. Okay, so this is where we gotta press, probably. Let's save. Make sure we got that good save. Alright, now let's see here. Let me try the photo. Let's present the photo.
Objection!
The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Ooh. That doesn't make sense. Alright,
Objection!
Ooh, okay. What could it be? Calling card, maybe? It was like, yeah, we could try that.
Objection!
Oh, interesting. Mr. Atme, if you really are Mask to Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? Yeah, good catch, good catch. I didn't think of that yet. But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask to Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here, oh yeah, okay. Surely refers to the pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true. But so what?
Truth be told, there's no way Mask to Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lord Lee Taylor. That's coffee. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Abney had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder was no longer holding water. I'm not sure what that onomatopoeia was supposed to be.
Witness, you have anything to say for yourself?
All right, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Another coffee. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say?
Yesterday, we all had decided unanimously that this man was Mask to Mask. And now, we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
But that's a good point.
No way! Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say Luke Abney was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright. Motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive, manifest?
Nick, he's getting his second win.
If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Rhonda Light, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Rhonda Light. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Let's see, we got this.
I, Luke Abney, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Rhonda Light. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask to Mask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Okay.
Very well, Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Ayalukami had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever.
And who in the world is gonna prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of the detective, Atme, and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the reports.
Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight.
Excuse me.
Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was.
Mistook?
That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That wasn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake Mask to Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face.
Press harder.
Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask to Mask?
Don't you already know that? Vari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tear of Emanon, a magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Oh, that photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? Victim clearly misread the article, and Zvari got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask to Mask. I see.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction.
It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letters and sent it to Ron Delight.
You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's? There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere.
An addressee? This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder... What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Whoa! Do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was certain you were already here. Aware.
That might have been a hint, Loki. I think it was. I'm just not sure where to run with it yet.
Vari.
AB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team chief, I stole data from the company.
Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight.
Well, the blackmail started with the clipping article, right? Maybe check that and see? Yeah, for sure. First things first, we gotta press all the statements.
Which is why he sent them that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief.
Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that we always love pressing, damn right. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through the blackmail.
However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually Mask to Mask?
I'm glad this is getting established, because I wanted to establish this.
On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance.
Here come the ads, y'all. Appreciate you hanging tight. I'll see you in a few minutes, and then we're free. Free for an hour.
Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is masked to mask.
Do you really think that story is gonna hold up?
That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Another coffee. How did I do that? Ooh. Found a faster way to open this to edit it. Ronnie thinks he's mask to mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please, don't think too badly of him. Ah. Well, Mr. Trite. Was he trying to act like Miss Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing.
That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy.
Now that's just your imagination talking.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning. And we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves. It's a long story, and better saved for another time.
Doubt.
Very well, another time.
Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least, not in my experience. So you're gonna try to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail. That's true. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron? Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony. Maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way. Okay, which one was the... Let me save first. I think the third, yeah. All right, and then I guess present the letter?
Objection!
Okay, yeah. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme?
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction?
I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior?
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence and the content of the blackmail letter.
Contradicting it. Well, for one, there's no address. Huh. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna present this again. Nah. A little 2-1 punch. Like, that wouldn't even